There was a glitch where every brawler had infinite ammo in the training cave. So we're gonna test how fast we can take out the big bot that has 100,000 health.
It's an orange juice.
There was a glitch 6 months ago that was open in the game for a few days where you could have infinite ammo for all of the brawlers in the training cave. And we did it with Poco starting off. The slowest brawler in the game, the weakest brawler. My thumb actually started hurting a lot from this. 20 seconds in and we're not even halfway done. I think Poco's gonna be a solid 70 seconds. With this glitch, you basically had to go into edit controls, swipe up the game, and then reload the game. I had to do that for every single brawler for training cave. It was a pain in the butt. Boom! 51 seconds. Next up, Frank. Frank already had a really fast reload time. And I was just activating his gadget to start off. So AI seems to be turned off when this glitch happens. That means things like bears, turrets don't work. So Jessie's turret doesn't work. Penny's turret doesn't work. Tick's head doesn't work. Obviously, I would pick the star powers that would work the best for everything. I would pick El Fugo for El Primo, Incendiary, or Mike for that plus 1,000 damage. There are certain brawlers where supers were better, like Shelly, but definitely not Frank. It takes longer to charge up. 51 seconds, just a little under Poco. Rosa is the third worst brawler out of the 43 brawlers. Yeah, this was recorded a long time ago. With Rosa, you could really tell that she's already strong with or without infinite ammo because she kind of already does have infinite ammo. Starting off the test, we didn't really have a super charged up. For the most part, totally scientific test because this bug is very important to be very accurate. Rosa's gonna clock in right in at 46 seconds. Karl doesn't even need infinite ammo. He's the fourth worst because he already attacked fast. I think I used my super here. I don't know if it was fast or not. This was recorded 6 months ago. I really did spin. So it looks like a spin plus one attack plus a spin. Would that actually deal more damage? That's 2100 DPS per second. Damage per second. It was because I didn't record a second time. So using his attack was actually slower. With this part on Nida, the bear doesn't move like I was saying with the AI. She already attacks really fast. So this is no surprise that she's in the bottom of the list. I summoned the bear just because I could. It didn't really interrupt my attack, or did it? I think it interrupted my attack a little bit. So she might have lost a second or two off of this. It wouldn't have changed her position anyways. I think she's going to clock in just under 42 seconds. Oh, I don't know if I lagged there or if my thumb got sore. I mashed the auto aim for 2 minutes straight on my phone. Okay, Amber is a really interesting one here because as soon as you let go, it goes all the way up. You had to stand at 0 and wait 1 second for it to fully reload. But if you attacked midway, it wouldn't refill all the way. Also, using our super kind of interrupted the refill. So we did 3 takes on this for the best kind of combinations of all that. And apparently using our super, waiting 1 second and letting it refill back up was the best play for this. I didn't do this perfectly in the beginning, but it's still a very accurate representation. This was the fastest one I got at 42 seconds. Then we have Lou. This is before they added damage to his super, by the way. So casting his super actually slowed him down, and this was just doing his attack non-stop, back to back to back. It's kind of satisfying seeing a permanently stunned bot. You have reload time, and then you have attack load time. And Lou already dished out his attacks really fast. We're clocking at 2600 DPS on Lou. This is getting a little bit faster. Next up, we have Byron beats Lou? Oh, it's because of his super. That's what it was. His super deals 2100? 2600? No, it deals 2100. Plus the 560 on the attack. Sometimes the numbers stack up. This one's actually kind of satisfying. Imagine if Byron dealt this much damage in real life. I think we're still in the 40-second range, but near the end, there's a few brawlers that are actually faster than Crow. Crow was the previous world record holder. This was actually in the game in January. So we have Sandy. No surprise here. It's kind of satisfying, but kind of mind-numbing. I'm pretty sure my thumb was sore for the next 2 days after this. I tested this with Sandy's super as well, and it didn't work out as well because the cast time would actually slow you down, and the super only dealt like 100 damage, so it wasn't even worth the slowdown. I think we're getting in the sub 40-second range at this point. 37 seconds. So Mortis actually casts his super a little bit slower and it kind of interrupts him. This is kind of satisfying, especially since the update just came out and they deleted respawn ammo. So Mortis got nerfed down to the ground. I would have loved to see him dash back. I wish I recorded that. So this is the one, if you notice on the top, there's the Jessie turret, and it's not attacking any of the bots. The AI is turned off, so nothing is really being attacked right now. The acorns, though, That's pretty satisfying. I'm circling the bot for no reason other than the fact that I'm probably at an hour into recording this, and I'm just so over it. I'm just trying to spice things up by spinning and stuff. Jessie is surprisingly strong. I think this was before the Jessie buff, by the way. This is before Jessie dealt Brock damage. Now we have Sprout. Oh yeah, something about the rhythm of this is really nice. Who knew infinite ammo Sprout was this strong? We're near the mid-range now, and this gotta be sub 35 seconds. It's gotta be 34 seconds. Max is already fast, and I made sure not to cast a super because I think that slowed you down a little bit. I feel like this is max already because she already has 4 ammo. We're reaching the sub 30-second mark at this point. Almost 31 seconds. All right, so with El Primo here, we used El Fugo because it gave more damage for the super punch or the super jump. And the super jump did deal a bit more with the burn and everything else. Notice how I kept my thumb on top of the super so it would activate the super as soon as possible. This is just optimal DPS right here. Surprisingly, Primo deals a lot more damage than Rosa does, given that they both have infinite ammo. Rosa being second last, Primo being not that bad. This is when Edgar was just released a month in, and he wasn't given that many nerfs, so he was a bit stronger, I think. Wow, I didn't do anything. It's just punching and punching and punching and punching. All right. 30 seconds. I'm surprised Jackie is this high up, but to be fair, she does deal 1792 damage. We're at the 3,500 damage per second mark. This is sub 30 seconds. 100%. Our super is completely useless. We're still waiting on that second gadget, whatever it is. So the sprint does nothing on here. This gotta be 28 seconds. 27 seconds. Next up, we have Jean. This one is a bit different. The Spirit Slap deals an extra 300 damage, so we switched to that star power. There were a few times where I didn't use the right star power, and exiting this meant that you had to turn back the AI and swipe away from the game. It was really annoying to exit the training cave. 1700 damage. So in this case, I did have the super. Ham though, but the turret doesn't actually deal any damage because the AI is turned off. So I just casted the super just because I could, because I was probably bored at this point, an hour into recording non-stop. 3,900 DPS at 26 seconds. Hyper. This one was a little different, where the longest range we could get was in the bush in the corner. Didn't even need snappy sniping for that. You just needed the bush one. Looking back, I probably could have supered the boss further back so it would deal a bit more damage, but I made it a point to really not use my super starting off, and I feel like jumping backwards might have been a detriment. Colt super definitely deals way more damage, so I'm just mashing the heck out of the super at this point. We made it a point to not attack the small bots either, because that's kind of cheating. It would have charged the super off of 1 ammo. Sub 25 seconds. BB is an interesting one too, where the bubbles would bounce, I think 3 times. It would bounce up, bounce back, and then hit 1 more time for the 3rd bubble. I've experimented with the optimal positions, and I feel like the vertical top down was the 3 bounces I could get. You can't get more than 3, I think. Or if you could, I didn't test it. And that's 24 seconds with BB. I just had to turn up for Mr. P just because I could. The AI is turned off. It's not going to spawn any penguins. With the suitcase bounce, that's where the money's at. This is going to be sub 23. 4,200 DPS though. This one, the bow totem doesn't do anything, by the way, because the AI is turned off, I think. So it doesn't actually affect your super. It's just there for aesthetic. But the bombs, what I did here was I auto-aimed the bombs just so that all 3 would be positioned perfectly. So it looks like we're getting around 5,000 DPS when the bombs take off. 23 seconds with bow. Next up, we have Tara. The super does nothing. All it does is cast longer than it takes her to attack. Doesn't deal that much damage. I could feel my thumb hurting at this point, but at least these ones were 20 seconds and not the 50-second Poco games. We're getting really spicy. The really fast brawlers are starting to come up. Barley? I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I reckon that's like at least 8 attacks that are being stacked up right now. We're peaking at 4,700 DPS on here. Bo did reach 5,000, but his mines weren't consistently being casted back to back to back to back. Right about there. 23 seconds still. Okay, Darryl's going to be the sub 23. I think I could have activated the gadget a little bit better. Yeah, I definitely missed that. It is what it is. He's still going to be sub 23 seconds. I'm going to say this is 22 seconds. 21 seconds, 4,100 DPS. Leon's peaking at 4,800 DPS. This one's a very satisfying one. It's a little fast. If only this was day 1 Leon when he dealt so much damage. 21 seconds. Nanny with the peep. This was back-to-back Nanny peep. I think Rico's coming up, and Rico's super bouncy is going to deal a lot of damage. It looks like we're reaching 4,900 DPS. It's getting a little harder to cap off, but I found the perfect corner for Nanny. 21 seconds. So this was with Penny's star power, where when the turret gets destroyed, it launches all those mortar bombs. And I had to destroy the bots in the bottom there so that the AI wouldn't target any other bots. The shooter bot's gone too. I think the mouse bots on the top are out of range. That's why I'm so far down. I had to clear the map for this. It's a little cheating, but otherwise Penny wouldn't have been dealing this much damage at 21 seconds. Oh yeah. Rico's chaining the super back to back to back to back. It's infinite supers at this point. I don't think I use the regular attack. This is just straight up supers at 20 seconds. I think you could do that in the regular game. Well, we have 8-bit next with the damage booster. I did use the gadgets because it is a little bit faster. You don't have the in-between of shooting. It's kind of satisfying dealing this much damage. Imagine that was a siege bot. We're at 19 seconds. A lot of brawlers are capping out around the 20-second mark compared to freaking Poco, Rosa, 50 seconds. This is with Demolition Dynamite. So it's just back to back. This is a very satisfying one at 19 seconds. Next up, we have Galil, who deals a lot of damage, by the way, when he's got infinite ammo. His super would have been a detriment because it takes time to cast and would have taken the brawler away from me. I'm just going in a circle now just because I can. 2,300, 5,200 DPS with Galil. Brock, we used Incendiary because it just dealt way more damage with the infinite ammo. Rocket number 4 wouldn't have done anything. This is where it's getting really spicy. I think there's a brawler that finishes it off in like 5 seconds. I don't know, but Brock's reaching 5,400 DPS and peaking. 18 seconds. Oh, B. This is before B's gadget was nerfed. Her second attack still deals 3,000 damage. Her super up front just being spammed to heck deals a ton of damage too. We're peaking at 6,000 DPS with the super. And that's going to be an 18-second attack. Tick's head is just there because we can. To get Tick's head to explode, you actually had to have it recasted. So we had to put it on top of there because it just wouldn't target by itself. And with that, because of this explosion, 17 seconds. Ems is insanely satisfying. She just deals so much damage. We're in the 6,000 DPS territory. Consistent. I saw 6,200 DPS with Ems. This is easy. 17 seconds. And then we have Colette, who deals a surprising amount of damage. Oh, that's why it was with the super. I think this took me 5 different tries, but once I got it right, with the super, we're able to get it up to... Oh, I saw 7,300 DPS in the top right corner there. That is satisfying. 16 seconds. Bull. Don't even need Bull star power in here. He's already really strong. 2,800 damage back to back to back to back to back. We're consistently dealing 6,200 DPS on here. Consistent. It's not fluctuating for the most part. 15 seconds. Surge was very hard. Surge would have been in the middle if Blitz didn't tell me to position the bot a little bit further. Push the bot back so that the split attack deals 4,700 damage. 10,000 DPS? And he's not even the last brawler. Oh, Shelly with the super. I have my thumb on the super. This is an easy 12-second win. It's gotta be. We're just fiddling with the bot left, right, and center. 13 seconds right there. Who's this? Oh, it's Crow. I think Crow's actually second place. I forgot who was first place. 10,000 DPS. I feel like Crow's gonna get this anyways. 11 seconds. Oh, that's with Spike. 5,488 damage. 14,000 DPS. That's it. Spike is number one in the world. Hope you all enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Take care.